Hello everybody, back here again for another vlog a day, and today is Monday the 6th, and today was a rather interesting day outside. Got up, had a handful of things get done around here at the house. Took me a lot longer than what I thought it was going to take. Decided to head up to Des Moines to go run my 10th marathon of the year. My plan is to do 12 marathons in 2014, and I finished my 10th today. I got to Des Moines and it was supposed to be getting warmer and warmer. It did not seem to warm up that much. It was, I don't know, I want to say maybe high 40s or so when I got there. Wind was insanely, just blowing like crazy. Absolutely ridiculous. Couldn't hold my hat on my head. And it was one of those things where my running cap stayed on, but not my regular everyday walking around hats wouldn't stay on my head. And I was freezing my butt off. I took my running, I guess, turtleneck type tactical jacket that I got for my last year's marathon in October, and I thought, well, that'd be plenty. I had shorts and a short sleeve shirt. I was hoping to only need those when I got there, and I realized when I took off running I really needed a windbreaker, which I had but didn't think I was going to need, and I felt like I drove 4 hours round trip up there. I was not going to not run my marathon, so I went ahead, hit a couple stores up I had to hit real quick, and then headed out to run my marathon. And I was parked down by Sam's Club there in Des Moines. Probably nobody know where the hell it's at, but there's a trail I headed out towards Grays Lake. It's, I don't know, 5.5 miles away, something like that. So I ran down there. It's like a 2-mile loop around the lake, and then I ran back a little bit different route, kind of ran back in the same way on another part of it. So it's virtually an out and back, but not 100% out and back. Really close to, though. Maybe 3 miles of it was not out and back. Got back to the car. I was probably, I want to say 12.5 miles, something like that, into my 26.2 mile run, and went ahead and basically grabbed some different stuff that I needed from the car, refilled my hydro pack and that. Bruce goes through a lot of water. It wasn't hot, so we weren't going through as much water as we have been in the past, but I didn't want to risk it, so I went ahead and just filled up the water bottle. My plan was to change shoes because I was trying to run it in my pair of Newtons and instead of my Ultras, and I somehow never forgot to change my shoes. I don't know what the hell happened there, but I took off running the opposite direction towards like Waukee area from Des Moines. If you guys look at a map, you'll see it. And the trail I took off on was there. It splits, goes towards the river or up north there a little bit, and I decided to basically, I guess it goes, yeah, north there. But I decided to go on the north trail, and it ran through town way too much. There was too many stoplights and stuff. I'm not a big fan of stopping at stoplights when I'm on a run, so I actually kind of cut back across and just kind of shot down some side roads and found the other trail. So I kind of ducked into the old trail that I know, that I rode bikes and stuff on. It's a real nice little trail. A lot of shade, which unfortunately today was not the best thing I was after because I was freezing my butt off in there. But it was hot enough that I was sweating like a pig. But then the cold air, when I get in the sun, I would sweat. When I get in the shade, I'd freeze to death. And it was ridiculous how much I sweated. Like, my hydro pack is white from sweat. My clothes are all white. I had like a giant channel of sweat. I have a headband that directs the sweat back towards my ears, and I had this giant thick, like 1/8 inch thick, just gross buildup of salt on my body. It was just disgusting. So that right there, ran down that trail for a few miles, and I knew I had to go out to, I want to say it was like 18, 19, something out here, whatever I think it was, put me out there at the halfway turnaround point, and then I did the math on it to then come back and finish the car at 26.5 miles. So got there, got partway down the trail, and they had it blocked off doing a bunch of construction to it. And I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. There was another guy there from the area who said, the trail opens back up past like 105th Street, something like that. So I went ahead, and I thought, well, I'll head that direction, took off that way, and end up again getting stuck by traffic constantly. Decided to hell, kind of make a loop around Earl May, and that came back to the trail because I didn't want to turn around and run back down the same side. I want to get hit by the same stoplights. Finally made it back to the trail. The stoplights were pissing me off to no end. Ran the trail back to the car. Then remembered to change shoes, which I was, I don't know, however far I was into the run then. Headed back towards Grays Lake. Did the math all over again and know where my turnaround point was. Got to my turnaround point, headed back towards the car. Everything felt pretty good. I had changed shoes at that point, too. I did change shoes when I got to the car the first time. Got down there, and I don't know what went on tonight. Like, today, everything was weird. Like, there was a weird current in the air or something, because my iPod, which never goes dead, went dead. My cell phone, which was 100% charged, went dead. And my watch, which I think was like 90-some% charged, went dead. So I have no clue what the hell happened and all that. It was absolutely ridiculous. I've had the watch go dead on me before, never at 90% charge. And I've had the phone go dead on me before, never at 100% charge. And my iPods went dead, but it's never been 100% charged. And all three of them were 100% charged, and all three of them died on the run. Luckily, though, I'd already made my turnaround points. I knew I was coming back. All I had to do is I knew the exact distance from that point back to the car. I was good there. Up to that point, I had not walked yet. I'd stopped with the dog to poop and that kind of thing stuff. Had to hit the Porta-John myself once. But I was able to keep running the entire time. I kept a pretty steady pace, high 9s, low 10s the whole way through. I think my slowest mile was in 10:48, something like that. Fastest mile was like a 9:20 or somewhere in there. I'm not sure. I have to look it up exactly. But I knew if I just kept hold my pace, I'd be fine. I was like 16 minutes ahead of my PR at the time for the marathon. After I headed back, I saw my watch died. I stopped my phone, resent myself a text so I knew exactly where I was at and how far I was back to the car. Got back to the car 45 minutes later, added those all together, did the math, and figured out exactly where my time frame was. And then from there, I was able to decisive what it came down. The last few miles, I don't have exact readout on. I think it was like 24.72, something like that, or 22.74, wherever my watch died. So I went ahead and just corrected it in the software for Garmin and put it in. I beat my PR time by 3 minutes, a little over 3 minutes, so I was pretty happy about that. And I did do some walking after my watch died. I kind of just, I don't know, I lost a little bit of hope. But like I said, I was over 16 minutes ahead, so I lost 15 minutes in the last few miles there. But that's not that big a deal because I had the time banked up, and I just, once I lost my watch, I kind of lost a little bit of that motivation to run the whole way through, and it happens. So when you're out running by yourself, it gets really boring and really lonely. Plus, Bruce really started kind of tanking on me a little bit. He really started, wanting to play around the grass and sniff stuff way too much. And I found that if I keep running him sometimes, he'll end up just wanting to lay down for like a half an hour, and I had no way of timing that to take care of that, so I didn't want to mess with that on the marathon. Plus, my legs were cramped up way too bad. So I did do a little more walking. So when I get him walking, he gets a lot more time to sniff and look for squirrels and that kind of thing. Gets him motivated again. We went back through, and he's almost to the car, within probably about a mile of the car, and saw a lady with her dog. And we got talking. She asked if I was going to the dog park, which was right there on that trail. And I said, we got to go to the car first and get our marathon done, but we'll be back. And went to the car, jumped in the car, drove over to the dog park. It's like about 0.3 miles to the dog park, so we'd already had our marathon done. Went back to the dog park. Bruce ran around and played with the dogs. Had such a great time. There was a husky, kept beating him up. Had a wonderful time there. Best time I've ever had at that particular dog park. He had a wonderful time. Everything was good. Little Boston Terrier there, just beating the crap out of Bruce. It was so funny. Tiny little 3-pound dog, 4-pound dog was beating. He was biting him and chewing on him and just having a really good time. Bruce ran around, played pretty good for just running 26.5 miles. So I was pretty excited about that. He kind of tuckered out a lot quicker than normal though. So went ahead from there, headed back over, went out and grabbed myself a new Hero 4 Black Edition. So I did pick that up. Definitely excited to have that thing. Haven't even opened it yet. I'll probably open it up tomorrow and give a look at it and get it charged up and get it ready to go. So that right there is the main thing of the whole day. So just drove home, tired as all get out. Got my shower, almost didn't have energy to shower, but I figured I better shower tonight. Got showered and cleaned up and just trying to get my brain to shut off and get some sleep. So the last, I think, like 6 or 7 marathons I've done by myself, I have not been able to sleep that first night after the marathon. It's like my brain won't shut down when it's out there that long by myself. So hoping tonight I'll at least get some sleep afterwards, and we'll see what happens. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.